and I ask the House to support this government.
Split call. Claire Curran.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. Well, the Labor members on this side of the House do have a number of concerns about this bill, and certainly not just to do with the item that the previous member discussed. And I'd like to refer my comments to part 2 of the bill around the disestablishment of the Mental Health Commission. This bill is aimed at what it says is amalgamating the functions of a number of existing agencies to achieve gains in financial efficiencies, effectiveness and the future viability of those agencies. Well, Mr Speaker, what we contend is that with regards to the downgrading, the diminishing of the Mental Health Commission and its functions, it's not effective at all. That's not effective. That this will actually diminish its functions and diminish its role. And I want to address that as being a wrong priority and a false economy, because it's an example of how saving money will result in more money, more problems down the track, and will result in worse outcomes for people. And as my colleague Ian Lees-Galloway said earlier, that this is a vulnerable part of the community, and where mental health is treated as the poor cousin and not given the attention that it deserves. And we certainly support high quality public services that are delivered in the most efficient and effective way. But what we're seeing here with this particular proposal is certainly not going to be that, and there won't be efficiencies, and we've seen a number of examples of that. And I just wanted to mention, as a clear example of that, is Housing New Zealand, which introduced their smarter, faster, fairer 0800 system, which not only cuts 70 jobs, but it's actually, as we speak, resulting in worse outcomes for people who are being badly affected. And I've got a case in Dunedin right now of a young family in a state house who had their fireplace taken away a month ago. It still hasn't been replaced. There are 3 small children in that household. One of them's been hospitalised with bronchiolitis, which is a disease of poverty, and all the mother can do is ring the 0800 number to try and get to find out when the contract is coming back to fix that fireplace, and having to use electric heaters and spend money on power that she can't afford, because Housing New Zealand has an 0800 number. Now, you tell me how that's smarter, faster and fairer. Disestablishing the Mental Health Commission simply will not adequately reflect the Mental Health Commission's present functions. We're also concerned that the blueprint funding rollout, which didn't meet the rollout target in the last 2 years, will be further reduced. We consider that it's turning what it was a proactive approach that the Commission applied to its auditing and advisory functions into a reactive function, Mr Speaker, which is well suited to the Health and Disability Commission's complaints resolution, but it will not reflect the proactive response and the proactive role that the Commission has played in the past. And I didn't sit on the select committee that heard this bill, Mr Speaker, but I have read the submissions, and I've read submissions from the New Zealand Drug Federation Foundation, the National Council of Women, the Public Service Federation and the Mental Health Foundation, which have all opposed this part of the bill.
Denise Roche.
Thank you, Mr.